Hey guys,
I'm Jerry.
I'm Sierra,
We're ladies.
and we tangent. What's up, everyone? Hello.
I almost did the ladies after dark.
And
It's true.
It's not for you.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
We could do it for you. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it for you. What's up? What's up with you? I've been watching a lot of Love Island.
I knew. That's the thing is like, don't start Love Island if you're not ready.
If you're not ready to lose
time.
Corey was like, how many episodes are there? And I'm like 50-hour long ones. And
Yeah.
he's like, Jesus. And I'm like, this is my third season.
Yeah.
I'm really getting through them quickly.
This is heaven sent, honestly, for maternity leave.
It's so nice. But I have to tell you, it is difficult because I feel like what I would feel now if I had a friend who could like see into the future.
Yeah.
It would be so annoying. No offense, I love you. But I'll talk to Jerry about it. I'll be like, I fucking love this person so much. And she's like, you do? Oh. And I'm like, what?
What
She's like,
happens?
no reason.
Just fade into the in the darkness.
And I'm like, tell me. And you're like, do you really want to know? And I'm like, I don't think I do.
Yeah.
And it turns out they suck. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
Sorry.
how I hate that.
I want to be there, but also
You're like, I can't tell you. But also
Yeah.
maybe don't love that guy.
I feel like do you remember that teen artist who makes Corey go into an absolute tailspin of a spiral because he doesn't have a talent?
Yes.
In the one Boy Meets World
Yes.
episode. I felt like I had to say Boy Meets World because people were going to think you're Corey because they weren't on the same page.
Yes.
Anyway.
I knew immediately when you said Corey, I was like, I'm there with you. I know
Mr.
what we're talking
Matthews.
about. Yes.
Mr. Brad Pitt's there. I feel like her whenever you ask me about it because she's like, I'm not supposed to lie.
Yeah.
What do I do here?
This is a sticky situation. Because,
Yeah.
Can you tell me one thing?
Sure.
Does Amber find love on the show?
Do any of us?
Too many of us?
I said, do any of us?
Oh. I was like, no.
Mosby, are you in the frame licking your crotch?
Does she find love? No.
Do any of us find love?
She doesn't.
I don't know.
I just need like a solid yes or no.
Do you really want to know?
Yes. Just if she finds love, that's it.
Define love.
Did she already find it? Does it go back? Baby, come back. No. Good, because I don't like Michael right now. I don't like what you're doing to me.
Well, I feel bad. I don't want to ruin it.
Does she find love?
I don't know. I can't tell you.
All
No,
right.
she doesn't. So,
Fuck.
she thought she did.
I know.
She thought she did.
Damn
but not
it.
with the person that you think.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
That means I have something to look forward to.
Yes.
Or get heartbroken again.
Yeah. War's going to happen. Well, you won't see it on the show. It happened after.
Oh, good.
But-
Good.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, also in other news, I didn't realize how much extra hair I have.
A lot.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
So it turns out I think I'm gonna need to invest in like a wand
Oh, okay.
because I've been doing my hair with a straightener forever. It's too
Mm.
much hair. Dude, I
For
did
sure.
this much and it was like 30 minutes of time, and I was
Oh my
like, wow,
gosh.
I'm fucking done with that.
Yeah.
So it was just up like this because I separated it. I'm like, this is the look.
Yep.
I'm done.
No, I think you look cute.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I've never did a half up, half down. I feel like Ariana Grande.
Well, what's hysterical is I almost did half up in
You're
a bun
kidding
like
me.
that.
And
Yeah.
we're both wearing our
merch.
Yeah, I'm totally decked out in our merch right now. Don't judge me. I don't feel like doing laundry.
We both have comfy pants on.
We do.
We have our comfy pants
Are
on.
you wearing our comfy pants?
I am wearing our comfy pants. I put my hair up like in a clip, and I was like, Shane, does this look stupid? Because I was watching For Better and Worse podcast, and Jess made a comment. She was like, am I ugly or am I going to start my period? And I
Oh, that's so relatable.
feel that because
Yeah.
I was 4 days late on my period, by the way. Took 2 pregnancy tests, not
I
because
just took a pregnancy test.
you did.
Also not.
Yeah,
It was very exciting.
not. I did start my period, so we're totally good.
Good deal.
Feeling great.
Mhm.
Anyway, I'm just not feeling good about myself. So I put my hair up like that, and Shane goes, "You're giving me real Rachel Green vibes," and I'm into it. And I looked at myself and I'm like, I look stupid. No. And so I took it
Aw,
out.
but
But
you
we
look
would have
good
been
now.
twinsies. Thanks.
Yeah. I was hating myself the entire time. I was just like, my hair is stupid. My face is stupid. I'm not even putting real clothes on because
Yeah.
I just feel stupid about
Mhm.
my body.
I love
So-
that that's the word. We just look at ourselves and we're like, stupid.
hate you.
Absolutely stupid. But like sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, oh my God.
Who is she?
Yeah. I know.
And I always look the same.
Yes.
So I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why does my
Ugh.
brain do that to me?
Did I tell you about the time that Ollie was my sister got him a hairdresser set for Christmas, and so he was like fake cutting my hair and fake straightening my hair and blow drying it, and then he gave me a mirror and he goes, "You never looked better." And I just wish that I could have that energy for myself when I look in the mirror.
Yes.
But
Sometimes I want to be like, you never look better. And then
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, you could look a lot better.
you never look worse, honestly.
But I have, because I've seen my pictures after just having a baby.
You know what I did the other night?
took saucy pictures.
No, but I did look at the saucy pictures that Shane and I took. I don't know if we've talked about that on the podcast. If we have,
Sorry.
I'm telling you again.
Yeah.
But when we didn't have money,
Yeah.
and so I was trying to get creative for Valentine's Day. So I was like, your Valentine's present is you're allowed to take slutty pictures of me.
Yeah.
Basically, it was, I already have a camera. I'll just allow you to take nudie pics of me.
Saucy
Yeah. And then I'll edit them for you and Merry Valentine's Day, I guess.
They couldn't say and marry you, but you were already married.
So he loved it. He was like, this is the best thing ever. And I'm like, really? I thought I was just like cheaping out, but like, okay. We've done it 2 times?
Yeah.
2 times we've taken those photos. And
I could not imagine if I took those with Cork. Because neither one of us can be serious about anything sexy. We're a real fun time when we're banging.
well, I'll tell you, I did not feel sexy when we took the pictures because I don't even like saying the word sexy, even though I just said it twice.
You're just like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it makes me very, very uncomfortable. But
Mhm.
like, I looked at those pictures of myself and I was like, oh my God, you absolute babe. And I will tell you that both of them were taken at totally different times of my like body journey.
Oh.
The first time I had like, it was right after I had had both of my miscarriages. So like I had put on a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but I still look like a babe.
Yeah.
And then in the second one, it was after Ollie, but before Forrest, when I had lost a lot of weight. And I was like, still a babe.
Yeah.
Still a babe. We're
Loving it.
babes in all our forms.
That's what I'm saying.
But I remember I could see a stretch mark on my side, and I
Uh-huh.
remember hating it in that moment when those photos were taken. And
Yeah.
Shane was like, "Please don't get rid of that." When I was editing, and then, but now I look at it and I didn't even think twice about it.
Yeah, you're just like, fuck it.
Yeah,
What a journey.
I
I
know.
love that.
Don't worry, still hate what I see in the mirror now.
No, same. And it's not even like I know mine is still postpartum body,
Mhm.
but like I don't want people to think that it's because like I've gained weight. That's
It
truly
has
not
nothing to
even
do
what
with
it is.
weight.
I just don't feel like myself in this body
Yeah.
because everything is different. I'm like
Yeah.
leaking out of places
Yeah.
all the time, and like it's just not. It doesn't feel like me,
Well, it's hard.
and it's difficult.
It's hard with pregnancy because your body is gradually growing consistently for a
Yes.
year, and then all of a sudden it's going back down. But then
Yeah.
it's like, what? I don't know what normal is because my
Yeah.
body's been so rapidly changing. What I see in the mirror from day to day is never the same thing.
right, and it's just it's just a lot.
Yeah.
So
But the reason I brought that up is because obviously we were looking at those photos because we were in some type of mood. And I'd like to tell you how we got into that mood.
Okay.
So I like to dance, but I cannot do like a lap dance
Okay.
to a serious song. Like
No.
I just like I said, I don't like sexy.
I
Quote,
have to be
unquote.
goofy sexy. And then I want to be the girl that you look at and you're like, that's hot, but also funny.
Well,
No. Were you hot?
apparently, but I did turn on the I Just Want to Be a Pickle song.
That's a really, I just want to be a pickle.
So we had I Just Want to Be a Pickle playing on repeat.
Wow.
And I was like slutty dancing to this pickle song, and Shane was like, "What are you doing to me?" And I was like, "I don't know, but I love this." And I was just like fucking getting it in the kitchen. And he's like, "I'm never going to be able to listen to this song the same way." He's like, "If this is what I have to do to get you to dance like this is just turn on this pickle song, like I don't fucking care that it's
We're listening to it every day.
an absolute ridiculous song."
It's a good song.
Yeah.
What does it say? Turn my booty into some.
Get my booty in that brine.
Get my booty in that brine.
Yeah. I like the part at the end that goes, something about I just want to be a salty little bitch.
Okay, well, since we're on the topic of
Your submarine sandwich. Sorry.
is that what they say?
Go on Spotify and look up
Pickle
I
song.
want to be a pickle. I found it on TikTok and I lost my goddamn mind, and now it's on Spotify, and apparently it's the song that gets me in the mood.
Well, listen, since we're on TikTok talk,
Mm-hmm.
Angus McBangus.
Ollie goes to sleep saying it now.
You guys. If you know anything about TikTok, there's a parrot. No, he's a conure. They said maybe.
I don't know.
What
I don't know.
He's
birds.
a fucking bird.
Yeah.
And
He's an Angus McBangus.
he's an Angus McBangus. Angus. Okay, so his owner's name is Rebecca, I believe.
Mhm.
I gotta find her TikTok handle because I want to shout her out. And I found her on TikTok because me and Noah were just like losing our minds to Angus McBangus. We laughed so hard, and then we could not stop because, again, as two people with ADHD, it was like a freaking tick. We couldn't stop.
Yep.
Angus McBangusing all over the house. Yeah. And then we found out that she listens to our podcast.
Sierra's very starstruck. She's
I
lost her
am.
goddamn mind over Angus McBangus.
I love Angus McBangus.
Well, you tagged me in that this morning, being like, "Oh my god, Jerry, I just showed you these videos."
Because I literally had just shown, like, the last time we recorded, I was like, have you ever seen Angus McBangus?
No.
Her name is at Rebecca Barrett. It's BEHRENDT.
Barrett?
Yeah.
We had Barretts in our high school.
What?
Yeah. Their parents were substitute teachers. There were 3 boys.
I don't remember them.
Okay.
But, yeah, so it was just crazy when she was like, well, okay, so it started because if you guys aren't on the Patreon,
Yeah.
we discovered that birds have ears
And it's
in the most
terrifying.
horrifying way. So you just move their feathers up and there's fucking holes in their skull. That's it. Which I guess
and they're big. Like we say holes and you probably
they're
think they're like
for their
yeah.
tiny bird heads.
Yeah.
Very big holes.
Yeah.
How do things not go in there? I guess the feathers, maybe?
It definitely makes me lean more towards that they are just government
drones.
Yeah.
Not Angus McBangus.
No. All of them except Angus.
Wait, no, there's a couple birds. I'm on Bird Talk. So I got Angus McBangus.
Uh-huh.
But then there's the bird that sings bacon pancakes, bacon pancakes. I love that bird.
Yep.
And then there's the what doing? Yeah, what doing?
Yeah.
I fucking love that bird.
I like the birds that stomp.
Yeah.
You just fucking stomp all around.
Or the I think they're like cockatiels
Yeah.
or something where they fucking
Yeah, it's just head bang all the time. I fucking love birds.
And bird owners are awesome because
Shane and I feel like bird people, but
birds live for a really fucking long time. That's a big commitment. They live for like 50 years.
can I tell you that I got so fucking sad today because I found out Mosby's 7. I thought he was 4.
Black aged with us?
He did.
What are you doing? No, my dogs are almost 4.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mosby's 7. And I looked up the expectancy of his breed and it's
no
between 10 and 15 years.
Oh, okay. That's actually not as bad as I thought it was.
We have
be.
between 3 and 8 years left.
I thought you were gonna say it was like 9 years because I know some bigger breeds of dogs is
He's
like
medium. But
yeah. He
so
is
sad.
definitely. If he's medium, what are my dogs? Small?
Yes.
I thought they were medium.
No.
Oh,
My parents' dogs are large because they're retrievers.
yeah, they're big boys.
Yeah. But we're getting another
medium dog. Surprise! Guess what, guys? We're adding another puppy to the family.
We are.
I say we like as if I'm but I'm here a lot.
Yeah,
so.
if you wanted proof of my impulse control issues, her name is Birdie, and Birdie Steinmetz.
I love it.
We will be getting her tomorrow
I
morning.
had a cat named Birdie, and I just love that you're also gonna have a dog named Birdie.
Well, we talked about that.
Yeah, it just makes me so happy.
I'm very excited. I'm so fucking pumped.
What kind?
She's a beagle.
Know? Okay. So
I know. If you guys remember, we had a beagle terrier mix named Louise. We called her Louie, and she passed away in May because she had cancer. She was only 4, 4 or 5. Yeah.
Poor girl.
I know. And so Shane and I have had a big old hole in our hearts.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends / former brides posted that she had 3 little girl beagles left in the litter that her dog had just had. And I was like, Shane. He thought something was wrong. And I just showed him the picture, and he's like, Jerry, should we do that? And I said, yes.
I think we should.
And he goes, but are we going to? And I go,
yes. I honestly feel like there's no better time. Like when I got my second dog, it was because I wasn't working anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like the perfect time because like I was home all the time.
Yep.
Thank you, COVID.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I could not imagine getting another dog. And then I did because like one of us was always home.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's the perfect, as long as you guys,
I know.
it's going to be good
We're
stuff.
so excited.
I'm very excited for
I'll
you.
obviously post pictures and things
Yeah.
and stuff. And
Is she going to be down here with us?
Yeah, we'll bring her down.
I can't wait.
Yeah. So there's that news.
Very excited.
I get down to the pickle song, and I got another dog. That's that with me.
I love that for you.
One other thing to tell you is that I have been having consistent panic attacks all week. So yay.
Well, I have something to tell you. Okay. Same.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're panic attacks, but my anxiety, I don't know if it's because you've been talking about picking.
Oh.
That I've started picking. So then I started getting my nails done because that's something that I started to do back in the early days. If you saw, my nails were always done because it helps me not pick. I can't pick as well with fake nails. These are actually my real nails, but there's structure gel on them, so you can't.
Tell you what I do.
You just peel them off. I can't.
Mine is I don't use base coat or top coat. So like as soon as I'm done, whenever they're dry, I'm able to just like peel them, and it feels so good to get them off in just like one big sheet. So I've been picking it. I've been painting my nail. It's a super waste, but I'm not causing myself physical harm.
Yeah, and like how much do you spend on that?
Right.
With how many times you can paint your nails.
Yeah.
So like, is it that wasteful?
Mm-hmm.
But so since I've started not being able to do that, I've just been picking my lips, which is something I do when it gets really dry out.
Yep.
Is I'll just peel my lips and peel, and then I'll bite them. I bite them so bad, and the inside of my mouth is just bleeding and scars and like scabs, which is why I have lip gloss on. I never do, but it's because I don't bite as much with lip gloss because then it tastes yucky.
Tastes yucky.
I can do it with matte lipstick and it doesn't bother me, but lip gloss I almost never wear anymore unless I'm having a biting problem.
Matte, I feel like highlights it anyway.
Bite it off, yeah. And then it looks, because right now I don't know if you can see, but I definitely have like chunks of
I can't tell
skin that I've been working at pulling up.
I'm a big old mouth breather at nighttime. And so I wake up with cracked lips all the time. But I have a lip mask. I put it on earlier and it just fucking soaked immediately in.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta show me. I need a lip mask.
I got it at Marshall's. It was there.
Oh, okay.
And I almost there. They had a sample pack of a bunch of different same kind Vivacity uses. And I almost got it for us, but then I just put it back.
Can I say something that's not super weird, but it's gonna be?
Okay.
I love her lips. I was wondering if she used a lip mask. I stare at them all the time.
You've never watched her put the lip mask on?
No.
Sometimes she puts it on us.
Really?
She uses,
I'll be honest,
she pronounces it Laneige, but I thought it was pronounced Laneige. One of us is going to have a spiral about which one of us is right, and we're going to think it's the other person, but I don't know.
I love that you said that like we're friends with her, because I would like to think that we are.
Yeah.
We've had conversations.
We've talked.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the way, it's Vivacity. Everyone always asks us, and they're like, who was the one? So it's VIVASTI.
There
you go. Thank you. So
I know
now
that because her second account because that one got banned for like a week one time, is It's a Viv. It's just her same name backwards.
Nice. Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, her lip mask.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to watch her as much because we talked about this earlier, but now that my child's kind of going to sleep in an earlier time, like, and by earlier I mean like 11 p.m. instead of midnight or 1, that's like my time then to do all the house stuff or like get podcast stuff done. So it's hard because when I turn her on, I would love to just be able to put headphones on and do what I'm doing, but I'm so invested in like I want to see what's going on. So maybe I should watch the YouTube because I just like to see her. She's just such a nice
it is like human
really
connection.
Like her.
Yeah.
I just
it's
think
human
she's
connection.
Such a nice person and like I like her lips a lot. They just look really soft.
Yeah, you got really nice lips. Girl.
Is that weird? I'm sorry, but I was wondering. I was like, how the fuck does she get her lips that soft?
Yeah,
because a lot of for her like ones with the laser things.
Oh yeah,
she makes you focus on her lips.
Yeah,
and I'm like, how are they so fucking soft? I never want people to focus on my lips. Yeah. So
focus on literally anything else.
Yeah. So you have to show me what that mask is. I would love it.
Now that we've talked for 20 minutes,
I know we're bothering some of you with that.
It's so funny because someone was in the fandoms page and was like, it took 27 minutes to get to the topic, and then you talked 5 minutes about the topic. And someone was like, are you new here?
Everybody's like, yes, tangents. That's why we like them.
There was also a review that was like, 1 star. I don't want to hear you talk about your poop. Or no, here you talk about your itching your feet.
Picking your feet.
Picking
your toes, I think. I'm like, fuck off.
Someone was like, but that made me feel better. That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is really helping us weed people out.
That's
if
what
those
I'm saying.
are our 1 stars, is like
they talk about their picking too much.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
And their poop. But like,
honestly, I feel like that helps people
the
as
people
well,
that
just as much as the 5 stars. They go to the 1 star and they're like, oh, that? Okay.
Oh, I'm actually into that. Yeah. That's kind of what I've been looking for.
Yeah.
Like, it was so funny because that person was like, it took them so long and everybody was like, and that's why we're here.
Yeah. I feel bad because I think that person was like a child.
Oh. What?
Well, I clicked on the profile.
I don't know how they got in there.
It just looked like a young person.
I will say, anybody who causes any trouble, any kind of mischief, anytime I go to see their activity, they never answer the fucking questions. And that's why I make that a rule. Answer the questions. There's like 500 people that are trying to get in right now who haven't answered the questions.
Well,
and like, what can I do? Because I'm not trying to have people in there
causing riffraff
who want to hate on our. No, I don't even think they meant it in a bad way. I don't know because they never commented back. They just made the post and then bailed.
Yeah, you know what?
And I was like, was that a good thing or a bad thing? What are you trying to say?
If you're in the Fangens group and you're interested in being a mod, will you fill out the form because we need to get more mods?
We do for real. Yeah. So like refill it out because I looked through a lot of them, but there was a point where you didn't have. I
forgot to add the name, and
so it was really
there's
hard.
Lots of people who have submitted, but we don't know who you are.
And if you have like a if you're a Sarah, put the last name.
Yeah.
There was a couple people that like had their name that was just the first name, and I was like, there's 11,000 people in that group. I guarantee you're not the only Chelsea. So I used those 2 names because I didn't see those. So don't be like, oh my God, she saw me and whatever.
So now we're on to our...
Don't look at my password.
So now we're on to the 5 minutes where we talk about the topic. Today's topic is
a
scandals.
Fan favorite. We're going to share your scandals.
Sharing your scandals.
And if you like this so much, not Love Island immediately. Because that's what I watch while I do the dishes.
If you ever, like, I know some people wait until we post that we're doing a scandals episode to send in a story, but if you ever have a scandal story,
I was gonna say,
you can go on our Instagram, on our link tree, or I think it's on our TikTok as well. Anywhere with our link tree.
Is it on our website?
I don't think so yet.
Not
we
yet.
haven't got. That's a priority for me. Reminder for later me.
I'll write that in the notes.
Yeah. You can go and it says submit hometown scandal, and you can submit it anytime, and it doesn't necessarily have to be your hometown. Just
honestly, we're just looking for good stories. Like when you listen to these, we're not even really a lot of these aren't even scandals. They're just really good stories.
Cool.
I mean, some are, but some are just fucking funny,
Mhm.
and I like the way they're written, and so
Yeah.
that's what we're doing.
Okay, here we are. I think
Because
that
I
was 5
appreciate
minutes of talking about the topic we're doing.
Yeah. Oh, but what I was going to say is if you enjoy these and you want to hear more, it's going to be another
Yes.
episode on our Patreon, and it you can do it for any tier, correct? Because this will be the first one of the month.
Yes.
So any tier if you want.
Yeah.
Sign
And
up.
if you do sign up for our Patreon, even at the most affordable tier, you will unlock
all of our
of-
past, so like
Yeah.
very bingeable.
Yep. There's a
content.
lot of videos on there.
Yeah.
All except the most recent one we posted. But anyway, that's
Yes.
it.
Oh, sorry. I was just like zoning out so hard.
Welcome back.
Hello. Okay. Yes. So, shall we begin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pronouns for this one are she, her, but they don't say their name, and I think we know why. So, picture it. I love how this one's written. You've just been to a holiday party at the corporate office 2 hours away from where you work, but a small bus/large van has been lent to your team to drive back home. You step on the bus. You're the last 2 to 3 people in, and it happens. The fart that you've held in. Did you crap your pants? No. It's literally just the most atomic fart you've ever had and probably ever will. The bus door closes. Immediate chaos ensues. Everyone's trying to determine the culprit. No one's guessing it's you. Instead, guessing it was good old Bob. That's not his real name.
Yeah.
Since he's always stinky and doesn't care. Oh, Bob. Oh, no.
Classic Bob.
But you know, and you sit with that knowledge. In the coming weeks, all anyone discusses is that smell. Eventually, you quit that job, but just because the job was bullshit.
Not because of your smell.
No, only a select few know about this shame. That was
Wait, was it a sound? Like, did the fart make sound, or
it
was it
probably
just
a
smell?
silent but deadly one.
Oh, an
I
old
bet.
SBD.
Because if it made a sound, you can really pinpoint where it comes from. If it's just a smell, it's really hard. Especially if you walk away quick. It's
Yeah.
like, where did it come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
100%. That's why I feel so comfortable farting in grocery stores.
I know, because who's gonna say anything like you said?
Right?
Are you gonna call me out on it? And I'll be like, maybe you farted. I don't know you.
I think maybe you did.
Whoever smelled it dealt it. How old am I?
Oh, I love that. That's good stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I love them. I love a good story.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that scandal was so lighthearted, but also like
I farted on a bus.
I farted on a bus.
And no one knew it was me.
Long story
forever.
short, I farted on a bus.
Long story fart, I started. Okay. Hello, ladies. This story is mine, but I was watching one of your stories where Jerry talked about paranoid thoughts regarding inhaling a chocolate chip. Do you remember that? Because I couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was worried it was going to go in my lungs. And
Okay.
how do you get the chocolate chip out?
Okay. I am here to tell you that when I was 2-ish years old, I inhaled a popcorn kernel and it was there for a couple of weeks. My mom didn't know what had happened, just knew that I was breathing funny and took me to the doctor. He said I just had asthma. And they said they didn't know how to spell asthma. And their spell check gave up on them. You spelled it. Fine. I'm not going to say correctly. But I got what you were saying. No tests were done like an x-ray or CT. He just heard my breathing and made his conclusion like, asthma, done.
Oh, because it didn't sound like a microwave.
It's
like,
not popping.
Pop, pop, pop. Yeah.
A couple weeks later, my mom laid me down for a nap and I started wheezing and turned purple. My parents rushed me to the hospital and they did the x-ray and sure enough, found my friend Poppy in there. Since then, my pediatrician told my mom I shouldn't eat anything unless I can spell it, which I don't understand that rule.
Unless you can spell it?
Spell it. Like,
There's
why?
a lot of stuff I can't spell.
Yeah.
Simple stuff even.
Goodbye salami.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Bologna. Get out of here.
Asparagus? Not a
Oh,
chance.
No. Asparagus. That's what I
Gus or gas?
do. Gus.
You said gas.
I meant Gus.
Neither of us can eat it.
No.
We can't spell it.
Fuck it. My pee will be so not smelly.
It'll smell
Clear as day.
fine.
So now I sit at a comfortable 23 years old, and when I make popcorn, I'm spelling it out in my head, almost like a good luck ritual. Also, popcorn is my favorite food. It's a real testament that that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Also, keep your enemies close, just not in your lung.
Oh my gosh. Well, now I know
love
my
you, lady so much.
love you too, but now I know that my fear is real.
I know. If you inhale something, you could turn purple.
I did make chocolate chip cookies.
I really want some. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie to you. I saw them up there, and I was like, "Do I ask?" Oh wait,
You can have some. I
Yes.
honestly made them, and I was
She
like,
makes the best cookies.
I was like, Sierra's gonna want some of these.
I fucking love it. Every time I'm here, when I was pregnant, I would come over and be like, "Are those cookies?" I'll have a few, and I would have like 7. It was just
Send you home with a container.
I would eat them here, and then
I
also
know.
go home with some. It was
Yeah.
obnoxious.
Give you a goodie bag.
Okay, this one's a doozer. Are
Okay.
you ready? They gave me their name and everything. Raven, she, her. Okay. I can laugh about this now because it happened 10 years ago, but at the time, it was rough stuff. So one day I'm minding my own business at home with my 3 kids when 2 plainclothes police officers knock on my door. They ask to speak to my husband. I tell them he's not home. They start asking me questions. Where is he? At work. When will he be home? Has he been acting strange? And where was he 2 days ago? By now, I'm shaking. We've been married for 13 years. We've never had interactions with the police except for minor traffic tickets. They won't tell me anything except that they need to speak with him. That night, he goes to the police station to answer their questions, and I don't see him again for 4 years.
4 years?
Apparently, 2 days before, he called a bomb threat into our local high school. The entire high school and nearby junior high had to be evacuated. Thousands of terrified parents, front page news in our small town. I knew it had happened, but didn't know my husband was the one to blame. Why, you might ask? Because he wanted the police distracted while he robbed a bank. He was $10,000 in payday loan and credit card debt that I knew nothing about.
Oh, Raven.
For whatever reason, he didn't rob the bank, but was sentenced to 8 years in prison for false threat of domestic terrorism. So don't fucking do that shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
you could get 8 years in prison for it, and just don't do it anyways.
Yeah, it caused thousands of people trauma.
Yeah. And he got out in 4 for good behavior. I divorced him. He got out, married a woman who wrote him letters while he was in prison, and he signed his parental rights away to our kids, who were then 13, 10, and 7.
Oh.
I haven't seen him in 6 years, but we are happy, healthy, and all in therapy, and can even make jokes about it.
I know this isn't a am I the asshole, but he is.
He's the worst.
Yeah.
If you'd like the whole story, I was interviewed on the podcast, Is This Actually Happening? And then she gives us the link, but I think you can go find Is This Actually Happening? Maybe Raven's story or something.
Yeah.
She said, but don't worry, your podcast is my favorite.
Oh,
So
thank you. Thank
But
you.
also, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Wow, what a freaking story, right? Can you
my
imagine?
gosh. No, absolutely not.
I was just, because I read that out loud to Corey, and I was like, what would you do? Because I just can't imagine, as I'm saying this to him, but I'm like, fucking, would you do it? But it's so crazy to think that the person that you've been with for, that you think knows everything about you, you could know
Yeah.
nothing about that person.
Well, that's why it was so. I know I talked a little bit about my ex in the trauma bonding episodes, but that was my life with him.
Same with my
He was a
ex.
totally different person.
And people would come to me and be like, did you hear this, this, and this? And I was like, who am I dating? Like,
Yes.
it was insane.
Yes.
Who am I living
Mhm.
with? Because I didn't know any of this. And I feel like we're spending all of our time together. Like,
Mhm.
I know everything about this person, and he can do this and this, and I know nothing about it.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah. It was.
It's a terrible feeling.
It really damaged like my other relationships
Yeah.
because I was like, I'm not convinced you are who you say you are.
That
Because,
was
like,
me.
At some point, I'm gonna find something out.
Out.
Like the shoe's gonna drop.
You
I
have
want
to be
know
just
where
pretending.
that saying came from.
The shoe's going to
Yeah.
drop.
When's the other shoe gonna drop? When did the first
When
one
the-
drop?
I want
why?
to hear more about this first shoe.
Yeah.
That's what I wonder.
Anyway, sorry, I got so distracted by the shoe.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know who you are.
No, that's yeah, that now that you say that, I feel like that's how I had the most. I couldn't it really is why I got with Corey, because Corey is the most blunt, in your face,
Mhm.
I'm who I am type of person. Like, to a fault almost, where I'm like, can you give me a little
less of that?
Yeah, I want to know. I just want a secret.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm laying it all on the line. Here you go. This is who I am. But it was what I needed at the time because I truly was like, that's why I stopped getting close to people because I was like, who are you?
And
What are you
it's hard
hiding?
to constantly live in a space where you're trying to figure out what the other shoe looks like.
Yeah. Show me what that shoe do.
Yeah.
Freaking weird.
Shane is. Have you ever seen those TikToks that's like, guys who don't cheat, what are you doing or where are you at? And then it cuts to the guy and he's like showing his Lego collection. That's Shane.
That's what I wanted to do with Corey when I actually had the perfect. He wouldn't let me post it, but for anybody who is like a video game type of, if you've ever played Zelda,
okay,
there's something called an ocarina. Right? Well, that you play in the game, or that Zelda plays, I guess, in the game. Everybody, I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong, but his brother got him an actual real-life ocarina, and he would play it all the time. The note, like, hoo, hoo, hoo. It's the weirdest little instrument. And anyways, he was drunk one night and shirtless, just sitting on the couch like a hairbird playing this, and I took a video of it, and I wanted to do that. He was like, don't ever post that. I'm like, fine. He's a very private person, like not a social media person or anything. So I knew that he probably wouldn't be okay with it. And I wanted his consent first. He didn't allow it, but I thought it would be so funny.
That's hysterical.
So now I'm telling you all.
Yeah. Loophole.
Because he doesn't watch this.
Yeah.
Except for the one time I talked about his nostrils. He did. He was like, hey, bitch, what's this about?
His ears were ringing.
Yeah.
He's like, my foot was itching, and I decided to listen to the podcast.
And I was like, oh, this is where my shoe is.
My nostrils started twitching, and I thought, me think she's talking shit.
It was Jerry. It wasn't me. Maybe it was. I got a poop story for you guys.
Good. Great.
Love this. So when I was 7 or 8, I went to a baseball game with my family and I ate a very cheesy pizza. I'm lactose intolerant. It's a recipe for disaster.
Been there.
I wanted to leave so I could use the bathroom at home. But before we left, imagine this is a 7 or 8-year-old. Keep in mind.
Oh, it's a 7 or 8-year-old?
Yes.
Did you say that?
Yeah, so when I was 7 or 8, I went to a baseball.
Missed
that. That's why I knew, and I was like, I have to put this in so you understand where this is coming from in this next part. So she's got to go to the bathroom.
Because pooping in public is not a thing.
No. They're like, I got to get home.
Yeah.
So, but before they left, they announced that the kids could go and run some laps on the field. Of course, I said, hell yeah.
Oh, no.
So I was running on the field passing kids, but as I'm running, shit is falling out of my shorts down my leg. All I hear are the other kids yelling that they stepped on something.
Oh, no.
I ran off the field before anyone knew it was me. My family still won't let it go.
Oh, no. If it makes you feel better, I did that at like 21. So.
You did?
Yeah. Well, not on a field.
Where were
I did
you
it
at?
in my car.
Oh, I've done it in my car too. At 25.
I went to Chili's with my mom and I had a bunch of cheese dip. And it was in Canton.
Be careful,
and
but
so
their cheese dip is so good.
I know. I was driving back to Kent. So it's like a 20, 30-minute drive. And I am almost to my fucking house.
No.
And I am trying to drive and I'm like, okay, I don't
When
want
you have that fucking
you're
like gripping the steering wheel and you're like
ooh, and you're clenching but like not too hard because you don't want to like flex your stomach because that's also going to push it out.
Yep.
But then I had to put on the brake because I had to go to a stop sign, but if you flex your foot, you're going to release your asshole.
Yep.
And so I was blocked.
Have you ever like your legs are shaking?
Yes.
You're like
yep. I was blocks away from my house and I said out loud in my car by myself,
oh, I'm shitting.
This cannot be happening again. And I shit myself.
Again. This is not happening again.
And I shit myself in my car. And I had such an old car. And it was like a 97, I think. A 1997. And so it had what are those called?
Bucket seats?
Well, it had fabric seats.
Oh,
so
that's how it happened to me.
I fucking messed those bad boys up. And I was wearing these, I worked at Victoria's Secret at the time because obviously I was sexy. I had these shorts on that they gave us for gratis. And they were like the running shorts that had the built-in underwear. So honestly, they caught a lot. So I got out of the car, waddle into my house, which I share with 2 roommates, Mario Kart, Mario Kart Erica, and our friend Jessica. And I am leaking shit the whole way to the bathroom. And I take my shorts off. And I go to finish whatever, like, on the toilet. Nope. Just whatever was in there that the shorts were holding, just on the floor. Like, just a clump on the floor, splatters on the wall. And I'm like, this is a fucking mess. And so I have to clean that up. And then when I go back out, the whole place is fucking carpet, by the way. I realize that Jessica had left, like, her school stuff out. I fucking shit on her notebook. I had to rip like 6 pages out because it bled through. So,
wow, that's a really good one. See, when I was pooping my pants in the car, I had my son with me.
Yeah,
but he was really young.
No.
He was like 3 or 4. So in my mind,
he's like, it's okay, I pooped my pants too.
And well, in my mind, I'm like, I gotta go to a gas station. But I knew I couldn't get him out of the car. He's so fucking slow.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get him out of the car seat, and I don't want to leave him in the car when I get to the, because you can't do that.
No, you can't do that.
So I was like, I can't get to a gas station.
I love how you said you can't do that now, like you could have ever done it.
No, my parents did.
Okay.
I was left in the car a lot. The 90s were a different time.
Yeah.
But don't leave your kids in cars.
Yeah, absolutely not.
So that I was like, I'm gonna make it, and I made it as far as my ex-boyfriend's house.
Oh no.
Before it started happening. And I remember because Noah was upset. He was like, Mommy, what's happening? Because I'm like, ooh, and I'm like in
like you're
obvious
in labor
pain. He's like, what's happening? And then I'm like, it's fine. And then I went, oh, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. But I was wearing men's underwear because I do a lot.
Yeah.
And so it collected in the boxers pretty
See,
nicely.
what we're learning is
wear men's underwear.
we're a little extra something in
But
there.
so then
shit.
I went into his house. Luckily, he wasn't home.
I did that at my aunt's.
Yeah, I just ran into his house and I was like, this is the closest house and I'm shitting myself right now. So I told him later, I was like, hey, I shit myself in your house. Luckily, it all collected though, and I just threw the boxers away outside of in the trash can outside of his house. I was like, sorry, I shit myself and used your house. I'm super glad that I was just gonna go around back and go in the backyard if I had to.
Yeah.
But I needed a place where I could keep my kid in the car in a driveway so that I could see him, and he ended up getting out. I could get him out because at that point it was already coming out.
I was on a walk with my mom. And I almost shit myself, and we were walking by my aunt's house, and I was like, Mom, I cannot poop in an alley again. I have to go in her house. And so we knew where her spare key was, and so we went in. I fucking just tore up her toilet. I did make it, but it was so bad, I think I had to unclog it. And then I went downstairs, and she had a notepad on her fridge, and I wrote, I'm so sorry for what I did to your toilet. Heart.
Love Jerry.
And then we continued our walk.
Incredible.
Yeah. Anyway, so
amazing.
There's that.
Tiny babies.
Tiny babies?
Tiny plastic babies. Everywhere.
What?
That's how this starts.
Okay.
At my high school a few years ago, we had a funny little outbreak of fetuses, and it all started one random Tuesday in October. Just a Tuesday in October.
A random outbreak of feti?
Of little plastic feti. What? Several people found little tiny plastic babies all around the campus. On the fire extinguishers, on the toilet paper roll dispensers, in the marker trays of whiteboards, on desks. It was so random and therefore hilarious. Everyone went about their days looking for them because we all wanted a little tiny plastic baby.
Was it like the one that we got in that cake?
Yes, we'll get to that. Not really sure why, just for funsies, I guess. Anyways, as people would find them and pick them up, they also began to get scattered. So we had babies literally everywhere now. Across the lawns, on picnic tables, in the hallways. It became a safety hazard, honestly. Though to my knowledge, nobody got hurt. We also had no idea who was behind the initial tiny plastic fetus epidemic. Eventually, the babies disappeared and the culprit was never discovered. The only suspect was a girl who had turned 2 of the little babies into a pair of earrings, but it didn't turn out to be her. So yeah, this isn't juicy, but I think it's pretty funny, so I hope you enjoy and have a wonderful day. I love you, ladies. P.S. I still have the baby I collected in a plastic bag with more plastic baby friends from inside the king's cakes we cut every January 6th. His name is Franklin, and he's chillin'.
Wait a minute. How did all of these babies get placed and no one
knew
who it came from?
Were they just like pockets full of babies?
Yes.
Pull a baby out as you're going along?
Yeah.
Drop a baby?
Well, I mean,
pick a baby up?
especially because they were like on the desk, in the marker tray, in the bathroom. Like
it's the janitor.
It's always
I've solved it. There you go.
It was A.
It was always A. Is that Pretty Little Liars?
It is Pretty Little Liars.
I never watched that after the first season because I was like, whoa, no.
That was a lot. I stuck with it to the
very end. Did you really?
Yes.
How was it?
So invested. Terrible.
I know you.
Terrible.
Were you like that with the Secret Life of the American Teenager?
Yes, that as well. It was almost like, this is so bad, I have to watch it.
And you would be like, I'm watching this. So I'd come over to your house and I'd watch it and be like, not my thing.
This is pretty bad,
this
isn't
is cringy as fuck.
Yes. It was my own form of self-harm.
Mm-hmm.
Watching those shows.
Honestly.
Yeah. Unless you're Troy and Belisario and you're listening right now, I love you.
Loved what you did.
Shay Mitchell, I love you.
Yeah. Oh, me
Lucy
too.
Hale, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley Benson, I love you.
I don't know who any of these
Guy
people
who
are.
played Toby, I love you.
Are these people from Pretty Little Liars?
Yes, all of them.
Girl who then played the girl in You.
That's
I love
Shay
you.
Mitchell.
Okay, I love you. She's the only one I know.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah.
Who's the rest?
All of them. You know the thing that's like, do you want to be her or do you want to be with her? That's how I felt about all of them.
Same.
Like,
that's how I feel about her / Peach, whoever.
Yeah.
Shay Mitchell.
Anyone's guess.
I can't tell
Yeah.
what I'm feeling for you, but I think it's gay.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Guilty.
That's my lip gloss.
Off.
It's really, I know it's on a lot of the cans. That's why I was wondering, what do my lips look like?
Fine.
They're okay?
Yeah. You definitely can't see the texture of them from there. I can't see it from here, so
Okay.
you're fine.
They're just really rough right now. I got rough lips. Got rough yips.
Got sandpaper for lips.
Okay.
I could stand a table with this mouth.
Are you?
Sorry.
I just need you to know that I just added this one because of how short and absolutely hilariously it's written. Okay. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
This one was one. Sometimes I read these, you guys, and they make me go like that. And so this one did that to me.
Okay.
I'm going to read it exactly as it's written. Me and my family went on a trip to Great Wolf Lodge. It is like a water park, but indoors. My grandma, who passed away, was lit. She went on all the water slides. The last one she went on, she got off of it and said she shitted herself. And to no surprise, there was a trail of shit that was coming out of her bikini, never bringing her back, also because she died, but still. That's it.
I need to go back to the fact that grandma was wearing a bikini. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, shit in your
Grandma
bikini.
shit in her bikini. I love that she's like, we'll never bring her back. Well, she is dead, but if she wasn't,
we still wouldn't take her.
We wouldn't take you
Because
back,
that
Grandma.
bitch poops her pants on the water slide.
She shit in herself.
Oh.
I literally read that and got absolute whiplash. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Oh. I also
No.
like that you said Great Wolf Lodge.
Is that what it is?
It's wolf. Do you say wolf instead of wolf?
You say wolf?
There's an L in it.
Sorry, wolf?
Are you being fucking for real?
Yeah, I say wolf.
Are you fucking kidding?
You say wolf?
You're kidding. You have to be fucking kidding.
Sorry, there's a pack of wolves?
Wolves.
Wolves.
Do you say wolves?
No, if it's a wolf, I say wolves. But if it's a wolf, it's
A singular?
then it's one wolf.
Wolf.
Woof.
No. You straight to jail. Straight to jail.
Sorry, wolf.
Wolf.
Great wolf.
Great Wolf Lodge.
Great Wolf Lodge.
How do you spell wolf?
No, I know there's an L there.
How do you spell woof?
WOOF.
Okay.
But it's wolf.
No.
Because they're big wolves.
Wolves. Wolf?
Sure.
Wolves.
Wolf? I won't.
Oh my god.
I refuse.
Oh my god. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode of the podcast.
Because now I say wolf. Woof.
Oh my god. Wolf is right. It is wolf. Anyway, okay.
Wolf. Okay.
Oh
my god. This was this.
Wait, I need to know. Are you kidding?
I say wolf.
You say wolf?
Let me just say it real quick. Let me just say it.
Okay.
Oh my god, there's a freaking wolf over there.
Okay.
Did I say it right?
Yeah, you said wolf.
Okay, so but this one I said woof.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening to me.
Okay.
I've been watching a lot of UK television.
I don't think that they say woof.
It feels like they would say wolf.
It
Of
feels
a
like they
wolf?
would say wolf.
Oh, I like a wolf. Yes, proper wolf.
Got dog at home and a wolf.
He's a proper wolf.
He's a proper wolf. Brought him in from the outside. It was a bit cold.
I love that. If you're from the UK, can we come stay with you?
Confirm or deny? Did I do okay?
I want to hang out with I just want to go there.
Wolves?
Yeah, I want to go and hang out with your wolves.
Okay.
I submitted this before, but it was in the wrong section, which is honestly super embarrassing for me, but whatever. So
I thought it was going to be like, I submitted this before and you didn't read it. So here it is
you
again.
fucking assholes. No. Nothing particularly exciting happens at my school except for the few kids getting caught vaping or having sex in the bathrooms. That sounds exciting.
That happened where I taught as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That was always something I was like, that doesn't happen only in movies, but that does happen. They have sex.
Mm-hmm.
Teenager.
Some form of it.
Ah, blowjobs.
Cannot.
No,
I don't
can't confirm or deny.
Cannot
All
confirm
right.
or deny.
Okay, Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman in that bathroom. Okay, that's oral sex, Bill. Come on. Anyways, however,
You're really focusing on this Clinton thing.
I haven't stopped thinking about Bill Clinton. I've been thinking about him a lot. If I'm being honest.
Really?
Well, I think about Monica Lewinsky from time to time, and I just
Yeah.
hope she's doing okay.
Yeah,
And
I
so
feel that.
last night, I really got myself riled up. I had a bath, and I had some
She's
wine.
got jokes, I think.
She's cool. She's got bands.
She does. She's got batter. She's got
got
proper
bats.
batter.
All right. Okay, cool. Because last night, I was getting really riled up because I was just thinking about Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. Sometimes... Tell me if this is an ADHD thing, but sometimes things like that, like quotes that I've
Yeah.
heard before, will just play over and over in my head.
Uh-huh.
And last night in the bath, I could not stop thinking, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. So then I was kind of buzzed on wine,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just sitting there dissociating. Have you ever dissociated while the water runs?
Yeah.
That's my favorite time because
You
I
gotta
just
get
fucking.
You got to get the lights that we got for the bath, the pool lights.
Oh, that would fuck me up and
Turn the lights off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's when I just sit
'Cause
there
they
and I'm
fade
like fucking
Yeah, it's good stuff. Anyway.
Okay. So I was doing that, and that was just like slowly playing in my mind. And then I was just like feeling really sad and hoping that she was okay because what a fucked up thing that happened to her.
For sure.
And that the world turned on her when truly it was the man who was the most powerful man in the world.
Quote unquote.
Yeah. In the States, if I'm the
Yeah.
most powerful man in the States, not in the world. Let's be honest.
Well, they call it that.
Yeah, but it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Like, okay.
All right.
All right, Chad.
But that he used his power and then was still able to, like, she became the butt of the joke. I don't know. I just fucking.
I like that that's what you think about. If I think about Bill Clinton, I wonder if anyone's ever called him Buck.
Buck Clinton?
I don't know. I feel like he's just got a friend somewhere who he only answers to Buck to.
For sure. No, he gives me Buck vibes.
Right?
Because he's a fucking asshole and I'm still not over that.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Anyways, Monica, if you're listening, will you reach out to me? I just want to know if you're okay.
Yeah.
I really honestly admire her as a person.
Yeah,
So.
for real.
Okay. Where the fuck were we? Why were we talking about
I don't know. But if I'm going to go downtown Charlie Brown, it might as well be on the highest paid, the highest office in the land.
Listen, for real. And then, what are you going to do?
Anyway, sorry.
Having sex in bathrooms. Okay.
Got it.
However, this takes the cake so far. So I guess this girl was suspected to have drugs or whatever with her. So the school police officer was checking her locker and book bag, but they found nothing because, duh, no one brings drugs to school. This is a Euphoria. Which, by the way, is a show that I've heard we should watch. I've had multiple people tell me that they want us to watch it and talk about it.
I don't have HBO Max.
I will give you my password.
You have HBO Max?
Yes, I do.
Tight.
I've heard that there's lots of...
I'm going to purchase it on my own and not use her password.
Yeah. I've heard that there's lots of wieners in it.
Wieners?
I've heard that there's wieners galore.
But it's about high school kids.
Maybe there's not wieners. Wait, let me see.
They're probably of age though, because they never cast actual.
No, they're not going to cast high school kids to play. Yeah. Wait, maybe they did. Did she
Which
say
is
wieners
weird
or boobies? She says there's lots of peepees, so I don't know. Could be girl peepees, could be boy peepees.
Oh my god! So I told you guys I started my period today. And I was in the bathroom and I got my Flex cup out and I went to put it in and Ollie walked into the bathroom and I said, "Hey bud, I need some privacy." And I go to close the door and he goes, "What are you putting in your butt?" And I was like, I'm not putting anything in my butt. I am putting this in my vagina because I am on my cycle. And so
get out.
8 hours later, we are getting ready for dinner and Ollie out of nowhere just goes, "You have a vagina?" I was like, "Yes, I have a vagina." And he goes, "I have a vagina?" And I'm like, "No, you have a penis." And he was like, "Oh." And then we just ate our food.
Cool. Needed to know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What are you putting in your butt?
What's happening with your butt?
Yeah.
I remember Noah before thought that babies came out of your butt because of
fair enough
stitches.
Yeah.
That happened. They were like, in your butt?
Vaginas do kind of look like front butts. It's fine.
For sure. For sure that's what they are. Okay. After they finished the search, they went out to her car. When checking the car, the officer opened the trunk and found a man in the trunk and drugs. But yes, a man was found in the trunk. They later found out.
Why am I picturing him naked?
Me too, bound.
Yes.
That was the first thing that I pictured.
Yeah, and he just darts off into the woods.
He wasn't. They later found out it was her boyfriend, who she told to hide in her trunk so they wouldn't find the drugs. She was like, just lay on them. They're going to be really a lot more upset that they find you. So maybe they'll stop looking for drugs. And then you could just be like, "No, I was waiting for her to get done with school."
Yeah, I was taking a nap. Could you guys close that door? It's really bright.
This is what we do.
Yeah.
It's our thing.
Oh.
To this day, I cannot imagine being a police officer searching someone's car and finding a grown-ass human in there. Where does the conversation go from there?
Yeah. Truly. Honestly, that's such a fucking good story. I'm so sorry about the tangents we went on our way there.
Me too. I'm sorry.
Whenever I put that on TikTok, I definitely will trim it down.
Yes.
Don't worry. Your story will be concise for you to share with your friends.
Yeah, I'm sorry I really got onto a Bill Clinton Monica Lewinsky thing. But I did think about it.
And I'm sorry about talking about my period and vagina
and kids and
peepees.
Euphoria. We do have to watch it. I've heard.
Okay.
So after I'm done with all 7 fucking seasons of Love Island and the 3 Australia
ones.
We'll
talk to you in 2 months.
I was going to say it might take me a month. Honestly, I'm really zipping through these.
Yeah.
I can't stop. Now that I've got this too, I just put it on here and as I'm doing my dishes or anything that I'm doing, I just have it on my thing in the background. It's fucked up. In my bath the other day after I stopped dissociating, I was like, I should put Love Island on.
Yep.
I was gonna ask you. I'll just do it while we're on the podcast.
Okay.
Do you think Shane, since he's doing woodworking thing, can I pay him to make me a little bath?
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I want. Something that I can put my iPad in, and maybe
He already
like a.
made me one. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
He
like
made
a
me one
glass.
for He made me one for Mother's Day,
Mhm.
and he like carved on the underside of it, "Love your boys." And then I used it in the bath one time because it had like a cup holder that he put cork in so it would like absorb the liquid.
Nice.
And then there's a stand to like put my phone, lean my phone against. And it like the stain on it started running. And so I was like, hey, I don't know, like, do we need to put more sealer on it? Like, what's up? And so he took it into the shop to put more sealer on it a year ago. And it's still in the shop. But sure, he could make you one.
Awesome.
He made my mom one too.
Oh, cool.
So,
yeah, that's all I want because I was just sitting there like with it in my
Yeah,
hands like this.
he could do it.
Not much of a scandal, more of a wowza. Let me
I
tell
love WoWzA
Me
instead of
too.
Scandal.
It's-
Sharing your WoWzAs.
This was a wowza. Let me tell you. Let me take you back to 2008 Britain when Katy Perry was hot and cold and all Lil Wayne wanted was a lollipop. I immediately love the way that this starts. Little old 7-year-old me, that hurts me that you were 7 because I was graduating high school the next year.
Yeah.
Little old 7-year-old me lived, laughed, loved being in forest because I clearly had untapped horse girl energy. I love this story. I digress. I was scavenging around as one naturally does, and whoopsie, I found a bone. A big bone. I tell my dad, and he looks and is unsure of what it is, so he calls the police to see if they can help because we didn't have an archaeologist's phone number at hand. Turns out I found a femur, a whole human femur that's the biggest bone in the body, just so you guys know.
It is.
Yeah. Of a man who went missing in 2005 and they clearly never found his leg. I don't know what happened after that because trauma. But yeah, I found a good old leg. Love you ladies so much. You saved my life.
Oh,
I know.
couldn't save that guy though. Wow.
I love your story. I love you. And I'm so glad you're here with us because you're a brilliant storyteller. You had me captivated.
Captivated me.
You had me capitated
You decapitated me.
immediately.
Oh,
No, I was captivated within the first sentence of your
fucking
story, so thank you.
wild.
I know.
What would you do if you found a bone?
Well,
Leave
I
it?
think I'm fucking kind of stupid. So for sure, I can picture myself finding a bone and immediately thinking it's a human bone and then taking it somewhere and they're like, this is a fucking beaver fist or whatever.
Beaver fist?
Just like that.
They just pound it and send you on your way.
Bye.
I feel like I would be the weird kid who found like
It wouldn't tell anybody.
a definite stick and then was
Could be
like,
a bone.
this is a bone.
Could be a
Don't
bone.
tell anyone. They're going to think we done it. And I would create this whole like fucking scenario in my head.
Put the leaves back over it. Get out of here. Get up.
Yeah. And then I just leave and I'm like wiping where my footsteps were. Yeah, just to be safe.
Was that in like a movie or something?
Probably.
And then there was, hold on, I'm having a real fucking flashback from my childhood. It's Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's. Wow, I'm glad I got
I
that.
love that you didn't finish any of those sentences.
No, but you knew.
Yeah.
You knew what I
got
meant.
it here. Hope you guys know.
Do you guys know? I don't know. Watch Alice in Wonderland and you'll fucking know exactly what I'm talking
for
about. We'll just do one more
Yeah, one more.
for you. And then if you want more, head on over to Patreon.
And it'll be on there Friday.
Yes.
I always forget
Friday.
and talk like,
It's already happened.
yeah.
Hiya. That's ours. My name is Meg and I go by she, her. Yes, with 2 G's. Meg with 2 G's.
Got it.
It's definitely not that important, but Meg with 1 G looks super weird.
You think?
I don't know. That's what they
Yeah.
say.
Meg with 1 G, sound off. How do you feel about Meg with 2?
Tell us how you feel.
Fight.
And go.
Yeah.
Anyways, my hometown is kind of out in the boonies of North Carolina.
Carolina.
That's how I feel like I have to say it.
Mhm.
So the students have an irresponsible amount of access to farm animals.
Great.
For a senior prank, probably 2011, 2012, they decided to bring in as many farm animals as they could. They put full-ass fish in the water fountain out front. To this day, the school will not put water in the water fountain. They put sheep and goats in the hallways on the first floor of all 3 buildings, math and science, English and history, gym and band, and thought that putting 2 full-grown cows and a horse on the second floor would be a good idea.
But they can't go downstairs.
I don't know how much y'all know about cattle and horses. Jerry knows a lot. But those bitches absolutely will not go down a flight of stairs.
Because their knees don't bend that way.
I didn't know this about them. How do you know this much about them?
I don't know. Why do I know that?
Why
but
do
all
you
I
know
hear
that?
is Corey Matthews. We're bringing Boy Meets World again in my head going, chickens? Chickens in the hallway?
Yes.
What crazy senior did this?
Yes.
Dylan Teeter is losing his mind right now.
Okay, so they won't go down a flight of stairs. So the school had to pay a crane company to come and literally lift the livestock off of the second floor balcony down to the safe haven of the ground. To this day, I don't think any classes topped that, but it was a full fucking spectacle that day. Love you, ladies.
How do you get them in the building with no one knowing?
That's how are these people having access to these places unsupervised? That's the problem.
Someone
I
let
think.
them in.
Also,
they got someone on the inside.
I think we should put a disclaimer. Don't fucking do this.
Yeah, absolutely don't do this shit.
Don't look at this, what we're saying, and be like, that's a good idea. I'm going to top it. And I think
that's funny. Maybe I can get on a podcast someday.
Yeah,
no, okay.
Senior pranks, I think, are so shitty, kind of. Like, honestly, why? Like, don't. I fucking hate pranks anyways. I think pranks suck.
Well, I think about the animals. Like,
That too. Like, they're probably
not
so
a
scared.
prop. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
But there are some other senior pranks in here that we got that I will
Mhm.
share, but I think we should put a disclaimer that although I think it's funny because it is already happened
We're
and
not
it's like a crazy
encouraging.
no.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Pranks are bad.
Yeah. That's what we
Well.
want. That's the message we want you guys to go home with. Pranks
Yeah.
are bad.
Pranks are bad. Don't fucking
Don't
prank
do 'em.
people. Honestly though,
And-
I do cringe super hard when I see like prank TikToks. I'm like,
Oh.
fucking for who? Especially like when they're husband wife pranksters. I'm like, I will fucking first of all, you have to live on edge 24/7.
Well, I think they're all fake.
They have to be because
Yeah.
if that was my husband, I would divorce him immediately.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm sorry, this is your idea of fun? I'm fucking living in fear 24/7 that you're going to cut
Been
my
there.
hair off or rip off my eyebrow when I'm sleeping, you fucking weirdo.
I love if they did like a shave the eyebrow off while sleeping or like wax the eyebrow off while sleeping. You really think I'm fucking sleeping through that? But the person is laying there like
Yeah. Like
not
we don't
even
know
noticing.
No.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
Anyway,
Anyways, fuck pranks and fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
and make sure that you wear men's underwear to catch your shit.
Yeah, that's important.
Your loose shit.
Your loose shit will be better served in your underpants than your thongs. Honestly, if you're
They're
wearing thongs.
End
You
up on your friend's notebook.
When people tell me, like when girls are like, anyways, I don't wear underwear. I'm like, first of all, discharge.
That
happens.
was you,
How?
you weirdo.
I didn't wear underwear?
Yes, you didn't wear underwear.
When? In high school?
I don't remember.
What was
but
I,
you
dry as a bandit?
You would get yeast infections because of the denim.
I would. It's a terrible thing. This shit would itch. And also, where does my discharge go?
I don't know. But then you also don't sleep in underwear. I told you.
Oh
guys
no,
sleep
I
in
don't sleep in underwear. I still fully believe in that. But I'm not shitting my bed.
Okay.
Okay? But
Okay.
I will shit my pants.
Fair enough.
So that's important. Underwear is important when jeans are there, but when sheets are there, I'm good.
Speaking of sheets, I think that they're almost here.
We just got sheets, you guys.
It's been picked up.
We had a DoorDash because we're not fucking leaving. It's so cold.
Yeah.
Welcome to Ohio. It's frozen as fuck.
Yeah.
So Elsa was in this bitch and she's a asshole.
Yeah. She's mad.
She's so mad.
Yeah.
And for what?
I don't know. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us.
This
and
was something.
this is the that on this. That. Whatever. Okay.
You know?
That's the that on your scandals, your WoWzA stories.
Hey, if you guys have any more like quotes like that's the this on that, let us know. Because we're looking for
Yeah, we got some stuff happening and we need some
you guys, we have things happening.
we need quotes.
And you're gonna know.
someday. But not today.
Here's
We're
a
those
little
people.
teaser for you. but things are happening.
That's hardly a teaser.
No, it is.
Oh.
What? Are you kidding me? Things are happening? What? You don't know. You'll never know. I think I'm drunk.
And on that note, thanks so much for hanging out. We love you so much. We will see you next week.
All right.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
If you want more,
All
this
right.
feels very girls' night.
Ooh, girls' night.
Yeah. But
Atlanta.
people's night. People's night, because
Yeah.
we're inclusive.
Do you remember when we would have girls' nights? Not me and you, but like, how the fuck would I remember? Did you ever, is what I'm asking, and like, just do weird shit with your friends? No? We always played like truth or dare, but like got weird with it. We had to like go streaking and run around the house naked.
Who were you friends with?
People that I should have been.
Okay.
But anyways, we did that one time and we
just made our own Ouija boards.
No, we never
We
played
called
with the devil.
spirits.
We did do a lot of truth or dares, and we were always like, dare, run around somewhere naked. So we would do it, and then someone's grandparents caught us one time. Wasn't me.
You remember one time we were at my house and I fell asleep and then you played Truth or Dare with the two guys who were there.
Wait, was that in the pool?
Yes. I had no fucking idea. I was asleep downstairs.
I was an adult at this point.
Yes,
I was
she
at
was
least
an
over
adult.
18, so I
Yes.
wasn't a child. I think I got naked in the pool.
You did. And you didn't tell me. They did.
I was embarrassed about
Two
it.
of my best guy friends came and I think we played Pong in the basement.
Yeah, and then you were
With
like, I'm
them.
going to go to sleep. And I was like, I'm drunk. Who wants to swim in the pool?
Yes, at my parents' house. So I'm asleep in the basement. Sierra's naked in the pool. Oh, did you know that I knew about that?
Nope. I was trying to impress one of them, and he never went for it. So,
Which one?
well, both at the time.
I was gonna say.
I would have taken either. But I think I vibe more with one than the other.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the other one was really flirty with me all the time.
Well, he's really flirty with everybody.
I
They're
know.
both really flirty.
Well, then I found out that he was super flirty with your sister, and I was like, ew.
Yeah.
Now I want the other one. And I got neither. But they
No.
did see me naked. So who's the real winner?
You can find us at patreon.com/ladiesandtangents.
Yes.
That's all. Okay.
And you'll see more of these stories because that's what we're doing
I know.
on Friday.
We said that already, but I wanted to say the link. Okay. That's
yeah.
it. Sorry. We will see you next week.
We're out? All right.
We're out.
Goodbye.